is Genesis, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Jaron Ennis, he finally speaks on his experience sparring with Canelo Alvarez. He also reacted to the backlash he received for sparring with Canelo Alvarez in preparation for the Crawford fight. Now, before we even get into the clip, I want to go ahead and surmise a little bit of what Jaron Ennis said when it comes to him sparring with Canelo. The only thing Jaron said was he had a lot of fun. He kept repeating that over and over. He had a lot of fun. It was good experience. Jaron himself, he put this photo up right here, and he put up a couple other photos. I made a video talking about the photo that he put up. And I said a picture says 1,000 words. And what this photo right here tells us is Jaron Ennis, he was extremely comfortable in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. It's really interesting when you look at the dichotomy and you listen to what some of the fighters, some of the super middleweights that have been in the ring with Terrence Crawford, that have been sparring with him, what they say, as opposed to what you hear Jaron Ennis say in this interview he did, once again, describing the experience of being in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. You know, once again, Boots, he's just saying, man, I just had fun, man. I had fun. It was a lot of fun, a lot of experience. But when it comes to undefeated super middleweight prospects like Misael Rodriguez, who was asked the exact same question when it comes to him sparring with Terrence Crawford, all he could say is, man, Terrence Crawford, he's the best fighter in the world, man. I mean, he does this so well, and he goes to the body well. He does this and he does that. It's just praise after praise after praise. It was as if Misael Rodriguez was saying, man, now I know why he's the best fighter in the world. You don't get the same type of testimonies when it comes to people sparring with Canelo Alvarez. Although there have been some lesser named fighters that have said that Canelo Alvarez, he has a lot of power, but that's something that I think we all know. So this is what Jaron Ennis had to say about sparring with Canelo Alvarez to YSM Sports Media.
So it's kind of like, that's my second one, but it was a great, great experience. I love being out there. It was fun. I had a great time.
All right. Being that this was your second time, right? What do you feel like you gained from it?
Just having fun. Being in there with what do you got? Canelo got 70 fights or something like 67 fights or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was just cool being there. You'd be able to share the ring with him. Having fun. Learning different things and. I was out there fishing. I was doing a bunch of different stuff. It was cool to get away. And I love that I experienced that. Getting away, sparring Canelo, fishing, just having fun. With my brother. And things like that. So it was cool.
Why did you feel like this was the perfect time to do that?
I feel like it was the perfect time because, like you said, I'm moving up in weight, and I want to just experience something different. I always do camp in Philly, and I just wanted to do something different, and I definitely think I'm gonna take my whole next full camp to over there and where we was at. I loved it out there. It was great.
As far as like sparring goes, right? Historically, you and your father have talked about that it's tough getting sparring, and did you see this as the perfect time to get a guy of that caliber?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You be able to share the ring with with Canelo, and like I said, being there with a Hall of Famer, a legend, and face of, kind of like the face of boxing. Why not?
All right, so I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
People gonna kill me if I don't. How was the work?
The work was great. The work was great. Like I said, I had a great time. It was having fun. I love being in there with Canelo. It was a great thing.
Now, there's no doubt about it, Jaron Ennis, he was mainly helping Canelo Alvarez, but he got to use this towards his advantage and help himself as well. Like he said, he's moving up in weight, and he gets to spar with one of the best fighters at the higher weight classes. Now, this is pretty rare, though, that a fighter of Jaron Ennis' caliber would play the role of a sparring partner. Of course, Geron, he got a lot of backlash for it. It didn't bother me at all. But we just know for a fact the help and the support that Jaron Ennis is giving to Canelo Alvarez, that would never be reciprocated by Canelo. Even if the roles were reversed and there was some undefeated, very dangerous Black American fighter about to fight David Benavidez, and let's just say hypothetically, it was Jaron Ennis that was going to fight David Benavidez, right? There is no way Canelo Alvarez would help Jaron Ennis beat David Benavidez. And we all know that's not even up for debate. So with that being said, Jaron Ennis, he did react to the Backlash sparring with Canelo, and this is what he had to say.
So there's been like 100 rumors, and yo, it kind of broke the internet. Yo, that might have been like your third time this year. Yeah. Did you expect this kind of attention from a sparring session?
I already knew it was gonna go crazy. You know, once we posted the pic, I'm like, yo, this junk gonna go everywhere. We kind of like figured it, and you know, it kind of, I guess you could say it made the fight more interesting, you know, because everybody kind of like want to tune in a little bit more to see, you know, what's gonna happen for them.
What's your thoughts on the Backlash, though?
I ain't gonna lie, I really don't care. I ain't gonna lie, I went out there not only to help, not help, but I went out there for myself, basically. Like, you know, to start my first 2 weeks off at camp, out in where we was at, you know, with the elevation and all that was phenomenal. This was for me. It wasn't for nobody else. You know, I went out there and I got the experience, you know, being in the ring with Canelo. And like I said, we was having fun. I had a great time sparring him, and it was good. You know, good.
Now, you know what else is pretty ironic about this whole situation? If you guys pay attention, you'll notice the only times Mexicans or other Latinos actually support the black boxer is when they're supporting him because the black boxer is helping someone who's not black. And then that's when they come out defending the black boxer, et cetera, right? But yet we all know that when Jaron Ennis gets in the ring and he fights, none of these Mexican fans are going to support Jaron Ennis. We're not going to see comments on the internet praising Jaron Ennis for his impressive knockout performance. Just like when he got his last knockout, there were zero comments from Mexicans or Latinos. And when he gets his knockout at 154, if he does, they're not going to be in the comment section praising him. They're not going to be on Twitter. They're not going to be making YouTube videos praising him. And if he loses, if Jaron Ennis loses, all of these Mexican fans that are defending Geron for working with Canelo, they are all going to celebrate on the internet because they go silent when Jaron Ennis wins. But if he were to lose or put on a poor performance, that's when they fill up the internet with comments. And all of this can be proven because everything today is documented. We know what time it is, and they ain't fooling nobody. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one. Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes, the fever blisters, diabetic ulcers, this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODkey.com, like them on Facebook, and follow them on Instagram.